In this video, we're going to show you how to set up your rack position. This is a prerequisite for any of the pressing motion or any other ballistic motions you're going to do with the kettlebell, including the upper body. So with this exercise, first thing we want to do is use our hinge to pick up the bell. I never want you guys just picking it up randomly, kind of just slumping forward. Let's do it the right way, just like we would do a deadlift. We're going to use two hands and we can assist. Okay, now, in the rack position, what I'm looking for is this alignment of my elbow dropping straight below my pinky line, okay? I want my thumb pointing at my shoulder. The arm's not up, I'm actually pulling it down to engage my lat muscles, just like I'd be doing a chin up, okay? From here, we're gonna talk about how the bell needs to be organized on your hand. We do not want you to be in the far side, so the pinky side of the bell. As we press overhead, what happens is we actually end up with that bell over the inside of our head, and as you're pressing heavy weights, especially if you're doing things like jerks or push presses, there is a risk that bell can collapse to the inside. So we prefer to have that bell resting in the thumb side at a little bit of an angle. Now, there are some benefits to just going neutral, but we're gonna coach you away from that right now, and we'll talk about that as you start to build your kettlebell skills. So, here, thumb in front of my shoulder, not to the inside, okay? As I start to press vertically, if I do so, look, now I have to course correct and go vertical, keeping that elbow stacked under the fist. So we're gonna find that position, squeeze the bell nice and tight, and we're gonna make sure that the wrist is not getting extended. This bell is gonna be pulling me into external rotation. I don't want that to happen. That's why we stay vertical, and it's gonna pull me into wrist extension, stressing or tensioning the wrist extensors. So I wanna keep that as neutral as I can, like I were gonna try to punch someone in the nose, okay? Now, this may be uncomfortable at first. I want you to think of maybe the first time that you ever back squatted. It was probably really uncomfortable. In part, that's because you're not used to having that load on that tissue. So if you've got virgin tissue and it's not used to having this heavy bell on it, one thing that you can do to get through that initial hurdle is to wear the 1980s sweatbands, right? So you put wristbands on here, that'll make it a little more comfortable. However, over time, you will need to start transitioning to having this on your skin. You don't have to, but I highly recommend it. Okay, so again, rack position, knuckles straight up, thumb side, elbow drops straight down. It's not up, it's not down with my elbow back, my elbow is stacked underneath it. We've got a nice brace to our trunk. We're not leaning back into our low back. We're keeping the rib cage down and the pelvis kind of tucked in a plank position. So this is your rack position. You're gonna need this for anything that you're doing, from your clean to your press. This is gonna be very important, so make sure you spend some time here.